Do you see any difference between these two textures? Yes or no? There it is. Right here we have our fully 3D textures with volume and depth, just like Crimson Desert and Genshin Impact teaches. Applying a texture to a 3D object doesn't automatically make it look good. It often ends up looking flat, lifeless, like something is missing. But with one simple trick, you can instantly add depth and character to any surface, without changing your model or adding extra geometry. In this video I'll show you how to use parallax occlusion mapping in Unreal Engine 5 to push your materials further, making them feel more detailed, more dimensional and much more convincing. Let's get into it. Alright, on this site you can download a lot of very beautiful stylized textures. Just pick one and choose a resolution. And here you can select these 4 textures and just drag and drop the textures on the Unreal Engine 5. And here just create a material. Let's call it master material wall. And alright, let's begin our master material. Just drag the 4 textures on the material, and they are respectively the base color, the normal, the occlusion mapping, no, the height. Let's put the height on the left, and the ambient occlusion on the right. Alright, the main node is parallax occlusion mapping that will do all the magic. And here we can simply drag the RGB node to this voice, and as you can see you can't. You have to convert the texture to a texture object. Alright, so let's just create 3 numeric parameters and plug all in this way. So these settings are for the effect that we'll be creating very soon. Alright, so let's create a texture coordinate. That will be used for changing the size of the textures. So as you can see here, if we change these values, the texture will automatically behave. Alright, just now create a constant 4 vector and change the color on a pure red tone. So now we will make this last part of the parallax occlusion mapping. Let's create a static bool and make it true by clicking in it. Let's search for a sky atmosphere light direction. This one, yes. And let's create the last 2 numbers, the last 2 number values, 32 and 1. Let's plug into the last nodes. Here, just take the parallax UVs and plug the normal into the normal node. and the ambient occlusion right here. So as you can see in the preview, you can already see the effect working. But there is a little problem, and you will see it very soon. So let's just take a simple plane and make a material instance of the master material and rename it NI wool, like that. Okay. So the effect is working, but you can see that if I apply the texture on this asset, you can see that there is a little problem in the corner. So I can show you the problem with a character. It's more simple to see. Yes, you will see right here the problem. So to fix that, we have to add some nodes in the pixel depth offset. Just take this, drag it to a multiply, and we'll add a scalar parameter that will add depth to the texture. Just rename it pixel depth intensity. And leave it to 0. All right, in the material instance, you can see that by increasing the value, we'll add depth to the texture, but there will be a problem with the shadow, as you can see. The texture is now more darker, and that's a problem. But as you can see, the problem that we just saw earlier now is gone. And just create on the world position offset these nodes. Search for shadow path, switch, plug the main node on an add node to a vertex normal WS. Just create a parameter, a number parameter of 0, and a scalar parameter of 0 also. Rename it this one shadow path. All right, so this shadow path value will control the shadow of the object, and we will be able to move the shadow of the object to work around this problem. As you can see, the shadow is now gone, but you must pay particularly attention to a little artifact that is visible here. So by moving the shadow, you have to pay attention to the shadow beneath the object. So, for example, by tweaking the pixel depth intensity and the shadow, you have to try to find the right balance between the two to have less problems possible. Let's see. I think that's a good compromise. Just play a little bit. Okay. And voila. I uploaded the wrong normal texture, so I will re-import this one. And as you can see now, we have much better normals on the object. So, all right, we are near the end of the tutorial, and voila, our 3D texture. I think it worked very well. See you in the next video. Bye.